Hello everybody, Alex here from Snake on Exotics. We've got a couple of jobs on today. We've got to go around, we've got to check on all the animals, we've got to do some other little jobs as well. And we've got a rescue snake coming today. So he's going to be it's a nice big royal. So we've got to get one of the tanks set up for him so we can get him all set up and nice. And then when he comes in, we can show you him and get him out and have a good look at him. So they were very upset to get rid of him. I think they're scaling down in house and they can't house him anymore. But yeah, it's very sad. So we're going to look after him very, very well, and then hopefully we can find him a forever home and everyone looks after him well. So that's the idea behind it. So please like, subscribe, comment and share, ring the bell, and let's get some animal stuff done. Woo. He's beat me to it, he's beat me to it. He's here, he's here, he's here. Hello. He's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful he is. Let's have a look at him. So get him out of his tub. Right, have a look. There you go. There you go. How are you? Look what we got. Oh, lovely little boy. Well, I say little boy, big boy. Big boy. Oh, it looks got a tiny bit of stuck shed. See it just there. We'll get that off in a bit. Yeah, we'll get him set up in a nice tank. It's getting a little bit cool, so we're gonna have to really get on our toes and get that done. I'm okay, mate. It's all new smells, so he's gonna be a little bit nervous. Getting used to all the new smells, ain't you, mate? Yes. Because snakes identify people through their breath. That's why you're sniffing, ain't you? Each person's breath is completely different. That's how they recognise us. Of course, our clothes smell and stuff like that as well. But mainly, they identify humans through their breath. Don't you? I'm okay. No need to flinch. She'll be alright. We'll do some head taming with us. I think she is a bit. Oh no, she ain't too bad. Do a bit of head taming with her, just to get a bit more used to it. Oh, yeah. Ooh. So we get him set up, so they're only getting cold. I've got another heat mat we can chuck him on. We'll chuck him on a heat mat and then start getting this tank knocked together. I was halfway through building this tank for him, and then I looked at the snake and I thought, he's way too big for that. Don't know why I thought he'd go in the 3 foot, but he's way too big for that. So he's gonna have to go in this one, the big 4 foot. So we'll get this set up for him. I don't think I've got a hide big enough, so I've rang the bloke and asked him if he'd bring me the hide that he had until I can get a brand new one on Tuesday. I've got a cork bark one I can make, but I need 2. So I've got one for one end, but I need one for the other end. So hopefully he's got one and he can bring it and he can have his hide, the one he had originally. So yeah, we're gonna jump on, get this one done. I've wasted time doing all this one, and I should have been doing this one. But I can nick the bowl, I'll leave the substrate in there, I'm just gonna make some more. And then we get this one ready for him, then we're raring to go then. We've got so far, I've made him a nice big bark cave. So I think he's gonna really like that. He's got his water bowl here. I'm waiting, the gentleman's gonna bring me his hide now, so I spoke to him, he's definitely gonna bring me his hide. So that can go at the other end, and then I might put something in the middle. But I'm going to chuck him in now and try and get him warmed up. So let's go get the snake and chuck him in. Got him. He's a little bit moody because I've just took all that shed off him. So he's still got the tiniest little bit, but hopefully the humidity in here, and then we'll check him tomorrow as well, and hopefully it will come off. So let's get him in the tank. Want to go in? What do you reckon? Is he going to go in? Oh, he's going in. It's a good sign. I'll take him on his bum. Usually makes him go a bit quicker. Want to have an explore? Good sign he wanted to be in the Viv. So if he'll go make himself a nice little hidey spot, hide in the hide, and then I'll get his nice little one from this side and he should be settled down lovely then. And then we can try and feed him tomorrow with everybody else, but he might not feed. So we will give him a go though. But I believe this one really only likes the black rats. We'll try him on different ones and we'll find out if he actually only eats the black rats or only eats the white ones. So I have had snakes that would only eat the white ones. I have had that. But I've never had one that would only eat the black rats. So we'll give it a go and see what it does. But I've never had one that would never eat black rats. So we'll give him a go, see if he actually does only eat that. And then if he does, we'll have to cater to that for him. But apart from that, it should be lovely. What do you think, buddy? Do you like it? You're a lovely snake, I have to admit. You can just see the little bits of shed still on his side. But we'll get it, won't we, buddy? Yes, we will. Right, you enjoy your new enclosure and we'll leave you to it, okay? Okay. He has brought me the hide, but it's a little bit small, isn't it, mate? He does remember it because he can smell himself on it. But it's not quite big enough. I don't think, no, there's no way that long snake's going to go in there. He might be able to go in there and it lift up above him, but he wants a nice one where it's sat on the floor and he can actually go in it. So on Tuesday I'll have a proper one come in for him, a nice good size one. He's got a nice one there he can go in, and he can use that one if he squeezes in. But he's swooping around, having a sniff. Really, really beautiful markings, absolutely stunning creature. So I'm pretty sure it's a male as well, but I think he's doing really, really well. So he's due for a feed tomorrow, so we'll try him again tomorrow with everybody else because it's feeding day tomorrow, proper feeding day. So woo, can't wait. And we can do some stuff with Vanilla Spider since we're doing a bit of a roily day. Hello, little mate. He's almost been here a week now. How you going, buddy? You want to come out and say hello to everybody? Want to come out and say hello? Oh, ain't you beautiful? Yes, you are. We'll shut the dogs, we're letting all your heat out. Hey? Ain't you just beautiful? So she's a Vanilla Spider is her morph. The Spider morph is normally not the best gene. So the Spider morph can have head wobbles and stargazing. So one of the main things is they don't know how to rewrite their heads. So they don't know what upside down is. It means their balance is not quite right in their head. So for example, if I try and turn her around, see how she tries to rotate her head? If you know what I mean. Isn't it, darling? So stargazing is when they stare up at the sky of the tank and just stare there for ages and ages and ages. Don't you, darling? But you don't do that. She does not do that. And then the head wobble, literally, so if we proper put her upside down, see how she wants to rewrite her head? She doesn't want to be upside down. She moves and rewrites her head. If she had the bad gene, she wouldn't do that. You'd flip her head over and she'd stay like that. She would just be upside down and wouldn't realise. But she can tell when we do it, she tries to keep her head in some sort of fashion. So, and you're just doing really well. You're showing none of the bad signs. So I believe they bred her back to something with a much stronger bloodline, which has got rid of all the nasty bad genes from the Spider morph. Because you don't show any of the signs, do you, darling? Nopey, nopey, nope. She's absolutely, he is absolutely beautiful. So he's a royal python from Africa. They like to live in termite hills. They do. They usually say every termite hill has got its own royal. Where's you going? Where's you going? You can't go too far. And they get the name royal from in Africa, when the kings and queens of Africa, they used to keep royals as pets. They used to have a live royal as a piece of jewellery. And that's where they get the royal in their name, is because the royalty in Africa used to keep them as pets to show they've got enough power and enough food that they got enough to waste on feeding it on a snake. That's the idea behind it. because obviously they haven't got much food in Africa, and if you've got enough to waste food giving it to a snake, it shows that you've got loads of extra money. So it's a sign of wealth. Where's you going? There's no water in the water bowl. It's one we just had brought in for the other one. Where's you going, eh? What you doing? Don't you strike. I'm a good boy. You don't strike. So we've put him back in. Come in then, buddy. Ain't you lovely? Ain't you lovely? You'll make a lovely pet for somebody, you would. Well, we've got to open your tank again. Yes, we do. We'll put your hide back. We've already given you a little spray. We'll go back in. What do you reckon? Is he going for that hide or the mossy hide? Oh, well, kind of decided that pretty quick. So it's feeding day tomorrow. You get to feed tomorrow, my boy. Oh, he's such a good lad. Well, I've had a couple of people ask me about heat bulbs and heat mats, the differences, the pros and cons, and so on and so forth. So I thought I'd give you a little example of what it is, and what's the best for the best tanks and so on and so forth. Okay. Start off with heat mats. So I've got one over here. Heat mat down here, heating all the little animals. So a heat mat heats a spot. So if we had it in here, for example, and it was underneath those rocks would be warm, but the rest of the tank is going to be cold. It's going to be room temperature. So only that little spot is going to be, so the snake would have to know to go to that spot to be warm. So normally we only do it when they're babies. So we can have the whole tub on the mat, and then the whole mat is then warm, and then the whole tub's warm. Problem is with the Vivs is you put the heat mat in there, and then you need something between the heat mat and the snake. You can't have the snake going on the heat mat because there's a possibility of getting burnt. So you need a piece of glass or something like that. So it's getting more and more technical. So when you get onto the wooden Vivs, I always say heat bulb and thermostat. It's a lot easier. When you're in the plastic tubs, stuff like that, the heat mat is absolutely fine because you physically can't use a heat bulb because you'll melt everything. So the heat bulbs heat the air. So it also heats, well, as long as if it can get to the floor, it will heat the floor as well. But it's the ambient air temperature is the most important thing. So for example, it's 32 here. That means over here it's going to slowly stagger down to maybe 28 to 27. If we had a heat mat, that little spot there would be 32 or 30. The air above it wouldn't, and this side would be room temperature, say about 21. So you've got big differences if you're using the heat mats in the air temperature and the difference between the mat and the rest of the tank. So heat bulbs are always better, especially when you're going onto the big tanks as well, because you physically can't get a heat mat big enough or powerful enough. It's just no good. So you need heat bulbs, and 100% you need a cage. I showed you what happened with the cages. When you hit the heat bulb on it, it's 3 times hotter than the actual air it puts out. So very important that. It's very important we have a thermostat as well, because you don't want this bulb just going in there doing on what it wants, just putting out full power, because 1, it damages the bulb, 2, it's going to be too hot, and 3, they just explode if they get too hot. So what we want to do is have the thermostat controlling the heat bulb, so we know exactly what it is, and then we can get the exact gradients we want in the whole tank. With Exoterras, if you wanted to add a bit of humidity, having a heat mat underneath is absolutely fine. That warms the water up a little bit and allows it to evaporate more off and allows more humidity in there. You can also have it on the sides of the tanks, but again, only that side of the glass is going to be warm, and your animals are going to have to know to go on that side to get warm. Again, you're better off, if you want ambient air temperature to be nice and warm, it's going to be heat bulbs again. So, well, you get the canopy hoods. But with the canopy hoods, you've got a very small bowl. I'll show you. We have this is a canopy hood. If we look on the back, where does it say? 25 watts, because it's a plastic case. So if we look here, someone put a 60 watt in here, it melts it. You can just about get away with a 40, and that's pushing it. This, see, it's all, it's not soft, but it's warm. Really, 25 is the max, because that's what it's rated for. But if you're desperate, you can squeeze a 40 in there, but you've got to be careful and you've got to check it as well. And again, you've got the two in here. We've got loose cricket. You got him. We got him. So yeah, that's all heat bowls and heat mats and stuff as well. So I hope that helps you. Well, he's decided he doesn't like any of the hides and he wants to chill outside. Whatever floats your boat, innit? Oh, he's such a good lad. You can tell he's been round because he's flattened down a lot of the substrate, having an explore. But looks like he's found a nice spot to chill. Hopefully the nice humidity in here should help get those little bits off that are stuck on. So tomorrow, we'll try and give him a feed. We won't mess with him again now today, because hopefully tomorrow we'll feed him, hopefully. I've just thought of a big job we need to do. So I've got some cables down here, which I don't really like. It's too many cables. So problem was, I didn't have these here when I did this. So we need to take off a couple of panels of this, then feed that cable through and plug it into these plugs I've got at the back of these tanks. I've got a couple spare, and that will then alleviate some of the cables from down here, open up some more plugs behind the till, lets us have more little critters in this little corner. So I'm going to start doing that. So I've got to undo all my facade that I put on. Not all of it, just take off this little section here. See, I took the facade off from here, I took out the polystyrenes. See those, see we've got empty plug socket there and there, so that's what we need to get to. So, we've got some work to do. Cut the plug off, take me wire to my little stick, a little bit of bamboo, and then I'm going to feed this in, and then I should be able to put the plug back on and plug it in. Got the cable through, just got to put the plug on it, and then we can chuck it back through. We got it in. So we've got all these are on now. Lovely jubbly. So I've just got to put the facade back on and that's another job done. Peace. Done. All back to how it was before. Then everybody, so I think that's all the time I've got for today. So please like, subscribe, comment and share for me. Ring the bell. And there's a, if you want to contribute towards the channel, there's a link in the description below. If you want to watch another video, there should be one there. If you want to subscribe to the channel, it's up there. If you want to watch a playlist, it's up there. So I'll see you in the future. Bye.